in your life when you were having difficulty with something? Well, don't be ashamed, it happens to everyone. Everyone has difficulty with something in their lives, but there are solutions to those problems if you look. After playing Cuphead for nearly a year, I found a way to beat the game more easily. The game Cuphead is difficult to beat, yes, but it is not impossible. The key parts of Cuphead are the game, the equipment, and the bosses/characters you have to fight. You may be asking yourself, what is Cuphead? Well, Cuphead is a game where you play as a character named Cuphead and battle bosses. The plot of the game is Cuphead and his brother Mugman go around and collect contracts for the devil to save their souls. The genre of Cuphead is action, adventure, and fantasy. And there are a total of 3 systems that you can play Cuphead on. And those systems are the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox One, and the PS4. One way to beat Cuphead is to have the best equipment in your roster. You can buy power-ups from the shop in the game, or you can earn special power-ups from mausoleums. In order to equip a power-up, press the pause button and press the A button when you are over a slot. If you want to change the type of equipment you have, just press the A button when you are over a slot with a power-up to switch between the different power-ups. Now some power-ups can be used for battle, while other types can be used for health and or dodging/avoiding an enemy attack. Another way to beat Cuphead is to know how to beat the bosses. For the sake of time, I will only explain the bosses I believe are the most difficult to defeat. The most challenging bosses are Hilda Berg, Grim Matchstick, Dr. Call's Robot, King Dice, and the Devil. And each boss has like their own different phase. For example, when fighting Hilda Berg, she will try to attack you with laughs and her own army of blimps. Then she will use cloud attacks to try and attack you. Then later, she will morph into a crescent moon and try to attack you with both stars and UFOs. And with Grim Matchstick, he will try to attack you with hypnospheres coming from his eyes and shoot fireballs at you. But after a while, he will fly to the opposite side of the stage and release his tongue, and fire soldiers will march out. And after fighting him for a while, he will retract his tongue and grow 3 heads, and all 3 heads will try and shoot fire out of you. The best way to beat him is by aiming at the body, not the heads. And as for Hilda Berg, the best way to beat her is to aim at her face. And for Dr. Call's Robot, you can't do damage to all of his body. You have to aim at specific parts of the robot, like his antenna and his chest. Once you destroy those objects, his heart will appear, and you have to attack the heart. Once you attack the heart, the head will blast off of the body and go all over the stage. And once you do some damage to the head, Dr. Call himself will appear from the head and attack you with diamonds. The best way to defeat him is to basically attack the head. And as for King Dice, he can only be attacked in the head. If you try to attack him any other way, it will do no damage to him. And for the Devil, he'll give you a hint on what attack he'll do. Just pay attention to his face. For example, if this one attack, the Devil will morph his head into a goat, and his hands will turn into hooves that will try to slam you sideways. The best way to do that is to avoid it by ducking or jumping out of the way. And like King Dice, you can only attack him at his face. The best way to defeat these bosses is with an ability called the Roundabout Blast. It has the same attributes as a boomerang. Once you fire it, it'll round about and go the other direction, but it does huge amounts of damage to enemies. And I also recommend you equip the Pea Sugar, which allows you an automatic parry when you jump. A parry is basically can deflect enemy attacks, but it can only deflect attacks that are glowing pink. If you try to do a parry and you're doing a normal attack, you will take damage. With these tips in hand, it will be much easier to beat Cuphead. As I said, Cuphead is difficult to beat, but it's not impossible. The best way to beat the game is to have the best equipment and having the best strategies to defeat the hardest bosses in the game. Just because you can't see the solution to a problem doesn't mean it's not there.